October, November update coming right. What? What's going on, school brain? Well, that one doesn't seem so bad. Okay, and now I'm... Okay. I might be a little stressed out. But we're figuring things out. Figuring things out. The exciting bit is this is sort of the worst month I'm gonna hit. Oh god, why would I call that the exciting bit? Yeah. Because December basically doesn't count. Because December is like a grand total of 5 days that I'm in class. I've got 2 papers due on the last day for one class, but those are going to have to get written in November. I've got an exam in December that I'm writing, and then an exam that I'm marking, and that is literally it. So everything else has to get done now, which means December will be nice. Kind of. Establishing some things to just help handle the... Rach, you've helped me through a couple of these. Unfortunately, I've set aside swimming for right now, simply because I've got so much on my plate, and I need sleep. And unfortunately, to get to the pool, I need to be up very early, which is not something I can do right now. So swimming is on the back burner. I'll try again in the second semester, but for right now, I've set that off to the side with the idea that I'm taking more frequent, though shorter walks. I've added into that doing some footwork that I'm learning from this SCA dancing. Galloping! And galloping back! Between readings. And also cleaning up my room between readings. Let me, it's fine, it's fine. And sometimes both. I'm gonna go wash the spoon! That's beside the point. That is just me trying to handle things. The other thing we've established, give me a second. This is actually the journal I got from the SCA when I got called up because I had submitted something for Arts and Sciences. So this has become my worry journal that I'm writing in at least briefly every evening now to basically just write down what I'm worried about so that I can set it aside and sleep, because sleep right now is very important and unfortunately very difficult. But I've got this planned. Looking back on October, exciting things that happened. Going to the SCA event was a big one. I'm working now towards actually getting an armor and doing some fighting. That hasn't been knocked off because it's literally the only time I socialize out of class. So it's always good to keep going with that. Papers, I managed to get about half-ish my work done as of October, including my lecture, which seemed to go really well. I've gotten some really positive comments back from students, back from the prof, and that's super exciting because I do think I want to go on to my PhD and teach after this. But I have established something really clearly within the last couple of days, but I think it's really been building up. For my PhD, I think I want to go back into a more literary-based program, or at least one that combines literary aspects with philosophy and political science, which is sort of what I'm doing now. Because throughout my Bachelor of Arts, my undergrad, I was in a program that did that, that combined all three subjects, and that was fantastic, and I did my English literature degree on top of that. But coming now into the social and political thought program, the literature itself is actually the thing that's dropped away. And it, I think, is in big part why I'm actually struggling to adjust, simply because I no longer have that aspect there, and with the reading I have to do, I don't really have time to try and add that aspect in for myself. Because what I actually have to do, this is a book that I have to write a book review on, but this happens with all my notes, is literally I am reading a book twice. Read it once just to get a feel for it, and then reading it a second time, actually writing notes down. So that takes up a lot of time, which unfortunately means that my personal reading has dropped away, which makes me sad. But looking forward at my thesis, I know that I want to incorporate Harry Potter, which I think by this channel is just probably really obvious. And I've come to the realization that I'd also love to publish an academic book on the Arthurian Round Table, along with my focus on Arthurian legends in my personal writing. So I think moving forward, that is where I'm going to aim. Like, I'm certainly going to finish the program here. I'm going to finish it to the best of my ability, and try and draw that literary aspect through in my thesis. But I don't think I want to go on to just a political theory PhD. So that was sort of nice to figure out. Looking forward, again, really right now it's academics. School is coming first, and I need to finish a lot of things up. I've got literally, I'll be getting a paper Monday, a paper topic Monday, that's due the Monday after, which is going to have to get written this week. I believe I'm supposed to get sort of my second paper for the Aristotle class. The paper that's due alongside that one is the book review. So it's a question of, do I write 2 papers this week? The one on the Federalist paper, which I'll get the topics Monday and have them due next Monday. And if I get the Aristotle paper topics, write that at the end of the week, so it's out of the way. Simply because I've read through this thing once, where that actually is the appendices, that's the word. But I really do have to go through it again, because this is one of the most, it's Aristotle and Socrates just smushed together. I have no idea what is going on in this book. So I'm definitely going to have to take some time, and if I can get the additional papers out of the way, that's great. I'm still going to have to mark a paper set for the class I'm TAing, and that's going to happen at the end of the month, so maybe if I can get sort of as much front-loaded, that would be great. I wish my novel was coming along more. Unfortunately, again, academics have taken control. I'm trying to balance it out with making sure I get out to get some exercise and some fresh air, and some socializing via the SCA. Also why I'm trying to give you guys some videos about just SCA information that I'm finding interesting, because it's helping me get outside just this school mindset that unfortunately I've fallen into, and I sort of really need a break from. That was a conversation that I had with my mother this morning, trying to figure out plane tickets. Rach, you know what's going on, and I don't really feel comfortable discussing it here right now. But that's how it is, and going to visit family for Christmas will be a nice breather. So November, schoolwork. Already looking forward to December. I am looking at a break between when I write my exam and when the exam that I'm going to have to mark is written, about a 10-day break. I'm hoping to start getting some of the Deathly Hallows videos filmed, because my buffer zone for that, I just have Half-Blood Prince left. So it's literally the one book, and It's actually a smaller collection of videos. I've managed to combine quite a few chapters, and it's not as big of a book as Order of the Phoenix was. So my buffer is decreasing. I'm hoping to get a bit more of a buffer over the holiday season, at least filmed, if not edited, because that's sort of easy enough to do in my little quiet times, and actually kind of nice to do. So yeah, do I have any big plans for November? Survive. I've been told by a colleague of mine back from St. Thomas that November lies. November lies to you constantly because it just seems to stretch forever, because November is the month where the temperature is just dropping, but here it's freaking 19 degrees outside right now. Like, don't even get me started. Odd little heat wave considering this time last month it was snowing. But it is generally getting colder. We are starting to see snow. Of course, with sunlight, we're having very short days. There are definitely, like Mondays, I'm definitely going to come out of class when it's already basically dark. And that's just something I'm going to have to adjust to. And finishing up the workload, because it's, again, recognized, other than exams, December isn't really a viable option for, like, writing papers. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting through things. And I definitely think this is going to help. I think making the adjustments I have for what I'm actually doing to allow myself at least a little longer to sleep is a positive plan. And I'm trying also not to get down on myself too hard. Like, if I decide that I really want to get a smoothie, I'm going to buy myself a smoothie, because that's healthy and that's something that my body needs, which is nutrition. But I honestly think, like, I'm okay. I've made some realizations this week. A lot of things have happened within the past month that I can't really discuss here, but I've figured out sort of what I want to do, and that's nice. And I figured out some small things that I can do right now to make things a little better. And that's a positive. I hope this video wasn't too much of a downer. Never mind my screaming academic brain of screaming academia. You know what? I think I'm just gonna take a couple deep breaths. Gonna open the curtain, let some sunlight in, and I will be okay. Oh God, why?